Hi subscribers, hi YouTubers, how are you? Now I wanted to do this vlog. My first thing of course, apologies for not doing a vlog sooner. I know some of you have been asking when I'm going to do another one. The reason why I haven't done them was for about 3 to 4 weeks prior to this vlog, I was a big ball of snotty mess. It wasn't pretty, but I was a big part of snotty mess. And then last week I did a vlog. I did a small 70-second piece for Southampton Pride for their Facebook and Twitter pages about Trans Day of Remembrance, the history behind it, and some facts. I want to thank Danny, the organiser of Southampton Pride, one of the organisers of Southampton Pride and one of the founders, for inviting me to do the piece I did. It got some love online, especially on Twitter, which was good. I don't get much traction on Twitter, so to me it's a post that's done the most traffic for me for a very long time. But I didn't want to do this particular vlog on Trans Day of Remembrance. I wanted to leave Trans Day of Remembrance sacrosanct for the history of the day that I did for Southampton Pride, but mainly because I want that day for us to remember those who have been taken from us. So I didn't want to do this vlog that day. I'm doing it now. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning of the 21st of November 2020. So why is Trans Day of Remembrance so personal to me? Well, the main reason is, well, first of all, it was a day of remembrance, and it's personal to me because I'm a trans woman, and we are, as beings, I suppose, run the risk of abuse and assault. And I've had it a few times. I've come close to assault, and I've had abuse. Once me and my partner had it in a shop. It was the only time we reported the incident to the police. We've never done anything like since then. But why is this day important to me? It's personal to me because of the partner I have. Now, the majority of people killed that we remember on Trans Day of Remembrance are trans women of colour, predominantly. My partner is a trans woman of colour. She's Latina. She lives in Southampton with me. Well, not with me, but sometimes with me, but most of the time she's got her own digs. And the reason why it's special to me is not just because she is a Latina girl and she's a trans woman of colour, but also because she's come to be assaulted 3 times in Southampton in the space of time that me and her have been together. Once quite seriously, twice quite aggressively. She dealt with them by defending herself, and from all accounts she got the better of them on all 3 occasions. There were 4 guys involved, 2 on one occasion and 1 on the other 2 occasions. But she got the better of them, and on one moment, the one person who wanted to do more than just attack her and actually attacked her with a knife, was left in a bloody pulping mess on the floor by my partner, who you don't want to cross if you can. And if you're going to cross her, get the dig in first, because if she gets retaliation, you've had it. Now that's why it's important to me, because on 3 separate occasions she could have come off badly, and on 1 occasion she could have been killed, but she managed to defend herself. Now she's not been to the police because the incident we had back in a Greggs in Southampton a few years ago, when we were first together for the first time, was quite horrific. It was this gentleman, he was right in our faces, just hailing transphobic abuse at us, and I was trying to usher him out, and she was getting riled up but was trying to just be passive. And in the end, it ended because he left on his own accord. He got fed up with abusing us. We couldn't get rid of him. So we contacted the police, Hampshire Constabulary. They said they had a good picture and could ID the gentleman. The next thing we know, they have no evidence and there's nothing they can do, and thank you for registering the complaint. Sorry about that. So If I phoned the police every time there's a hate crime against me, I would be pestering them, what, at least once a month. At least once a month. And so the police don't really, for us, in our experience, they haven't really done anything to help us when we've gone to them to report an incident. They just log it and then just say there's not enough evidence, CCTV wasn't very good, stuff like that. So the other reason why my partner hasn't contacted the police is because she feels she has to defend herself now. She has no alternative but to defend herself because the police aren't going to do it. And if she can get away from the individual, they may not even be prosecuted. I have another trans friend who's been sexually assaulted twice. And the police on one occasion virtually blamed her for it because she walked through one of the parks late at night. So you can see from our point of view, as trans women in the community, when we report these incidents and they're just logged and nothing is done, you can see why some of us decide to defend ourselves. And my partner has taken the approach to defend herself rather than go to the police. It's a sad state of affairs, but that is what it's like for some of us on the streets. And I can speak to 3 occasions, one involving me, my trans partner, and my other trans friend who lives in Southampton as well. And it's just... So that's why it's very important to me, because on 3 separate occasions I could have lost her. And my partner is quite noticeable when she goes out. She is very stunning. I'm not boasting. It's just what other people have said to me. And she stands out, and she's very, I wouldn't say glamorous, but she's a looker. And she oozes her identity as she walks down the street. And she feels paranoid because of that. She feels... Well, she doesn't really go out much. She goes to the shop occasionally, but she doesn't really go out much. And I think the other reason for that is because she's terrified of what would happen if she had to defend herself again. So that's why Trans Day of Remembrance is personal to me. Because on 3 separate occasions I could have lost the partner that I love because of who she is. And I'm lucky that she's got the feistiness and the wherewithal and some training. She's had some self-defense class training and some martial arts, mixed martial arts training. She was able to defend herself. But other trans girls aren't that lucky. And in America, you can't really defend yourself if you're unarmed against someone with a gun. I worry about my partner. When we were friends, I didn't worry so much about her, but now we're together, I worry about her more so now, since the 3 incidents, than I did when we were friends. And I care for all my friends, which is natural, I suppose, to think of that, but more so because she's had those 3 incidents, and it terrifies me. And that's why this day is important to me, because one day, I may be celebrating it with a name that I know. That could happen to one of my friends as well. So it's not just my partner. My trans friend, who I've talked about in this piece, has come close to assault and has also come close to suicide at her own hand. And some people on Trans Day of Remembrance remember those taken from us by their own hand. And so it's poignantly moving. I have 2 people close to me who I worry about all the time, and when it comes to this time of year, especially with my partner, I think of them not more so than those taken from us, but at the same level, because it could be me mourning, really mourning, not just for our fellow siblings taken from us from a distance, but it could become quite personal, and it's almost become personal on 3 separate occasions. So yeah, that's why the day is important to me, because it could come home personally one day. I pray that it doesn't. I'm a spiritualist, but I don't sign up to any set of religions. But to what entity is out there, or whatever is the great scheme of things, I always pray that I will go before her. But there's a little bit of me that worries. And these 3 incidents have made me worry more. I hope it doesn't happen to me. I hope it doesn't happen to her. I hope it doesn't happen to my friend. And I hope my friend doesn't do anything silly in the future. Well, you know what I mean by silly. We've all been there, some of us. So yeah, that's why it's personal to me. Because sometimes it touches home. So if you have a trans ally, or you have a fellow sibling with you, and you're watching this, and you're together on the sofa, or they're just across from you, get up and give them a cuddle. Just get up and give them a cuddle. So that's why it's important to me. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you, subscribers. Bye.